Yo, 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 what is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your man, Melvin Taylor, and we are back right here on WHCR 90.3 FM New York. Just letting y'all know the alternative with Melvin Taylor, is getting queued up and ready to go. What up, everybody? It's your man, Melvin Taylor, and I'm here with my buddy Adrenalin for an episode of Making Manhattan. We're going to have a lot of fun talking about his life, talking about why he raps, and talking about what fuels him, what hungers him, where he's from, the new R.A.P. EP that he got coming out, the Lighted Up video, which I hope y'all have seen, by the way, and a whole lot more. You ready for this?
Oh, I'm ready, bro. Y'all ready? You ready?
Are y'all ready?
You sure?
Y'all positive?
Y'all see? Okay, cool.
All right, for sure. Let's go ahead and start with another episode of Making Manhattan. What up, everybody? We are here with my main man, Adrenalin. Boy,
man, good to see you, man.
What's up, man? Good to see you, too. How you doing today?
Blessed, man. Just a little tired, but I feel good. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
No problem at all. No problem at all, man. It's crazy to hear you say that you are tired, because every time that I see you or that I hear you and listen to your music, you always got, no, this is going to be lame as hell, but you always got that adrenaline with you. You always got that energy. So,
honestly, man, things are only corny when, like, it's not true. But
that's a fact.
In my case, it's true. But
yeah.
I think with the release of my upcoming project that we'll get into later, I'm finally turning into, like, not just a person, but the artist that I've been wanting to become. So, like, that whole transition phase is tedious, but I'm happy.
I feel it. Okay, that's what's up. So let's start the conversation by talking about, I just did a reaction video for, by the way, y'all go ahead and check that out on your boy's YouTube for Light It Up.
Yes, sir.
Now, what inspired Light It Up? Let's get into the song first, and then we'll transition into the video. But what kind of inspired you to put out Light It Up as your first single, and just overall in creating it?
Honestly, man, Light It Up, well, first off, was produced by Mr. Melee from 145.
Shout out to Mr. Melee.
Shout out to you, man. I wanted stadium music. You know, I feel like with this project, I wanted to just make big records. Okay. You know, records that you can feel on the walls at MSG. You can feel the floor bounce.
There you go.
Before you even, like, before the beat even drops, like, you feel like that vibe, that aura.
You know what's coming.
Exactly. Like, I literally wrote this song for the O2 Arena. And we were chilling in the studio one day. I told him I had an idea, so I suggested, like, I think some type of drum or whatever. And then he was like, you know what, I got you. Bop, bop, bop. And we get Lighted Up. Hopped in the booth.
Go.
Like, that's, I think maybe like 45 minutes later, and we got a hit.
Are you one of those artists that, do you kind of like write down a lot of things that you're going to talk about? Or are you one of those people that go in and be like, all right, play the song for me. Okay, now I got what I'm going to do, and I'm just freestyle from there. What's your ability?
I'm a writer.
You're a writer?
Like,
okay,
that's
what's
up. I
up.
have no shame in that. And it's so weird that MCs have
it feels like
saying,
it's a kind of like a shame
rhymes.
thing now
Who
going
cares?
on. Yeah. It's like,
cares?
yo, if the ending product is good, what's the issue?
I think that all comes from, you wanting to be the best. When you hear the best say that, it's like, okay, I could do that too. But
AKA Hov, we
exactly,
know.
Exactly. So him, or not him, but me understanding what my creative process is, it allowed me to be more experimental in how I make music. So I can just freestyle these few bars off my head, just so I can catch a groove. And I'll do that for the whole song, and then I'll go back and pick what I like and what I don't like and write it down. Like, I think writing is good because when you can visualize it, it sticks a little bit better. So in my opinion, the delivery comes off more authentic.
Yeah, it's been something, and forgive me, I can't remember if it's scientifically proven or whatever it is. It might just be the universe speaking, but it's always been like when you write things down more, it kind of like sticks a little bit more. Absolutely. And you can retain it, and it's got more of a weight to it.
Yeah.
You know?
Because you can almost feel it, you know? And plus, I'm a visual learner. Like, in school, they never teach you the difference between, like, audible, I think it's called, and visual learners.
Yep, auditory learners and visual learners. I got a, elementary education degree up over here, bro. I kind of know what I'm doing a little bit.
Facts.
Yeah.
I learned a long time ago that I was visual because I was following my imagination. And when you follow your imagination with certain academic, techniques, you really get to mold yourself. And I'm thankful that I was around parents and teachers that allowed me to, be expressive that way. So it's paying off now.
Good.
Like I saw how it started and it's still going. So that means it's real.
That's awesome. So talking about academia and your parents overall, let's just take it all the way back to your childhood. Let the people know where you from originally, and we'll just kick it off from there.
Long Island, what up, man? Strong Island, what's good?
Okay.
I'm always that one guy in the party in Brooklyn that's from Long Island.
Yo, we got anybody from Long Island? What up, I'm right here.
I love that, man. I think it's cool because it just shows that you could be from wherever and still have pride from where you're from, you know?
Agreed, 100%.
Yeah, my background is Jamaican. My whole family's Jamaican. Me and my brothers are first generation.
No wonder you be working so... Let me stop. Go ahead.
Yeah, but it just happened to be that they came over here. They were in Brooklyn and Queens individually, and then they shacked up in Brooklyn. They had my older brother. We all were born in Brooklyn, but we had this house out there. So anytime people ask me that, especially when I was younger, it was like, man, should I tell them my full story?
Right.
But then one thing that I learned to do was to be honest with myself and just be like, yeah, I'm from here. Where I was raised is where I'm from. That's where I got my chops from.
Agreed.
So that also helped with music down the line because the more open you are with yourself for other people, it's so much easier to just be free.
To be yourself.
Like your art's supposed to be free, man. Like if you're creating art in certain parameters and dimensions, you're never going to be able to really do what you want to do. Yeah. So Long Island provided a space for me to be far away from like the inner city action.
I was going to ask, do you think that Long Island gave you like a little bit of an edge up in a sense versus if you were to be in Brooklyn full time in terms of creating?
Only in the sense of there are certain hardships I didn't have to experience.
Okay.
But the hardships that I did have to experience, everyone else can't really relate to. So I always took that, with a little bit of pride because I respect everybody and wherever they're from because that's what makes you you. Yeah. Like you're a product of either of your environment or like nature versus nurture. I feel I'm a mix of both. And when you finally step out off the porch and you got to go down the street and go around the corner and you don't have a car, so you're walking
you gotta
mad far.
Yeah.
You think New York City blocks are bad, try Long Island blocks.
I'm good.
I'm good. So I keep my keys on me now. But it was cool, man. It was a great experience. And I learned the good, bad, and ugly and just humanity there the same way somebody from Queens or the Bronx will learn it there. So.
Okay, so then have a bunch of siblings. You said you had...
Yeah, so I got an older brother named Kenny and my little brother Danny.
What up, Kenny and Danny? Y'all. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah, we grew up in a house that was full of music. My father, God rest his soul, he played nothing but Bob Marley, Dennis Brown, Bounty Killer, old Studio One reggae records, because he used to DJ back in the day as well.
Word. So music's been in the family for a minute.
Always, always. His brother, my uncle, does music as well. Shout out Da Vinci. But... he gave that DJ set to my older brother when he was maybe 14 or 15. So you have all these vinyls, these like 2 turntables.
Crates. Yeah. That's crazy.
And the house used to just vibrate, man. So like you hear how I say I want big records.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I'm used to that.
Yeah.
So one day, one night he brought me into his room. He was like, yo, Elijah, rap. Gives me the mic and the whole room is just pitch black. He's playing Method Man's Judgment Day beat. Bro, that shit changed my life because I have no idea what I said in that freestyle, but it was more of just I can talk on a microphone and I can hear myself. Oh, I like this.
It's like, this is kind of cool. I want to do this a little bit more often.
Absolutely. So it was a great experience because it made me want to write. It made me want to do it again and get better because at that time my older brother was like the critic. He was my judge. So it was like I have to make sure Kenny likes what I'm saying so he doesn't kick me out the room.
There you go.
Because I want to keep
I want to stay in the room as long as I can. Yeah.
So I just hope that I can provide that type of vibe for people when they put their headphones on and listen to an Adrenalin record.
So then I'm assuming with the way in which music was within your household and how it was introduced and how it seemed like it was basically just a part of you guys' life.
Yeah.
Obviously, your parents and especially your mom then was very supportive in terms of you. Once you got to the point till you say, you know what, I kind of like this a lot. I think I might want to do this type of thing.
Yeah, my parents were the type of parents, or are the type of parents that allow you to do everything you want to do, but they're gonna keep that voice in the back of your head saying, know what you're doing. All right, because if this is what you're choosing, we're not always gonna be here to cushion you.
Yeah.
And gosh, I've heard that since I started rapping,
Really?
But it was great because they allowed me to figure it out. If I'm gonna do this, okay, well, are you gonna write? Are you reading, or what are you doing? And they took me to my first talent show at Clara Barton High School in Brooklyn when I was 13. So at this time, I'm still getting my chops right. I already called myself Adrenalin, and I had my whole thing going. I went in there, bro, and I won. And it was against older people, people my age now.
Yeah.
And at first, I've always been an objective person, so I thought maybe it's because I'm a kid.
Yeah. But then it's because I'm young. That's why I won.
But then I realized, I damn near jumped off the stage. I was rapping over a Nas beat. It Ain't Hard to Tell.
Okay.
I had my verses, I had my hooks, I had the crowd participating in it, and it showed me that whatever you see in your head of how you want to do something, it can happen. Yeah. You just have to put yourself in the environment to do that. So, thank God for those days, and thank God for having parents that allow you to, explore yourself, explore your imagination.
Because everybody does not have that. So to be able to have that is, I'm sure, a blessing in terms of everything that you want to do.
Wasn't always easy.
I was gonna get into that. What was that first conversation like when you were like, you know what, guys, I really love music in the sense of this is what I want to do?
There was no conversation.
No.
I've been doing what I wanted to do since that age because I always felt like maybe it's the middle child syndrome, but
shout out to J. Cole, by the way.
Shout out to Cole, yeah. Maybe it's a middle child syndrome because I didn't want to be the soft one out of the bunch. So I would always go out off the porch, hanging out with sometimes not the right people, just to experience different things, experience the good and bad, and see if I can make it back home. So when it came to music, it was like, all right, they can't help me rap, they can't help me write these songs. I was on the school bus, minding my own business, and someone was like, yo, Eli, let me hear 16. What? What's a 16? And then you learn what that is, and then you're getting your chops. So you're getting your chops right. So, man, it was good because I learned being a rebel allowed me to find more of who I am now. And that's why I'm able to deal with certain levels of this business at this time the way I do, because I've been through that. I've seen it. I've done it,
So what was, I guess, moving forward after that competition that you won and you kind of solidified yourself and saying, you know what, I feel good about this. I'm definitely moving forward with this. What was the, I want to say, the layout of the discography in a sense, and what's the first song I'm going to put together? Actually, let's go back to that. What is the first song that you put together? Do you even remember at this point? Because you said you started real young.
I remember.
You remember?
I remember.
Oh, here we go.
Remember it.
Let's get into it.
It was called Finishing Touches.
Finishing Touches.
Okay. And I wrote it when I was 9 in the parking lot of Costco in Farmingdale out on Long Island. And I remember, my parents left all three of us in the car, so I'm like, I have my notebook. My older brother told me, always have your notebook with you.
Go ahead, in case I get inspired real quick.
And then I just remember writing, I was a star from the day I was born, came out with the roar. This is Eli for you to adore.
Hey.
Something like that.
Hey, okay.
Remember,
there we go. The 9-year-old Adrenalin was killing it out there.
I love that because, it made me feel like, yo, I'm really doing this. Yeah. And at the time, the first hip-hop album that I ever got was Will Smith's Big Willie Style.
Yeah. I was just listening to that. When was it? It was yesterday I was listening to it because Wednesday I was watching all the Men in Blacks in order. And then yesterday I was listening because it just came on Marathon on TV and I was like, well, I ain't got nothing else to watch, so let me just go ahead.
Yeah.
And then the next day I was like, let me find some like 1997 Men in Black behind the scenes footage, and then that led me over to the actual song. And
bro, that was the album when he was like, it was Green and Black, right? And he's like, okay,
No, well, I think that was
that
was Millennium. The Big Willie is the one where he was like this with
it was Millennium then.
Yeah,
it was Millennium.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember now. It was Millennium, and that song, and that's when Miami came out and all that other stuff. And I thought that was cool. That's the only hip hop I actually knew like word for word.
Yeah.
I knew Hove, I knew Biggie because I'm my older brother, but I was more interested in Spice Girls, bro.
Yeah,
like that was the first album that I ever got.
That you ever got?
My mom,
What was it? The first album I remember getting was it was an NSYNC album. It was NSYNC, No Strings Attached. Yeah, I remember that.
That was a bad album.
Because it was good. It was good, right? So
that
because
like
album. At that point in time, and at least in my household, we didn't really listen to rap and hip hop on like a scale like that. Even though like now I'll put on an old song and my mom and my dad would be like, "Oh, I used to love this," and I was like, "Yo, y'all never played this when I was in the house." Like y'all had me growing up being like, "Yo, I can't listen to rap and hip hop because my parents don't listen to it."
Yeah.
But yeah.
Nah, that's ill, man. Because I think when a kid finally has a freedom to like choose the music they listen to. That's literally like the launch pad for their whole life.
Yeah.
Because that's an instant influence.
Yeah.
And for me, it being Spice Girls, it was like, yo, this is huge music. Like, I'm listening, I have these dollar store headphones on, and I feel like they're in front of me.
Yeah.
Come back full circle, you see the type of records I make now.
Yeah.
And without that experience, to just have the freedom to choose what I want to hear and what makes me happy. Because my mom could easily said, yo, I'm not buying you a Spice Girls CD.
You're like, what you talking about, Spice Girl? Nah, take that. Here go this old Tupac, bro. Hold this.
Exactly. Like,
hold this.
But she knew, where I was coming from. And after that, it was Usher's My Way album. I had both of them on cassette.
He said cassette too,
Yeah,
bro. So
yeah.
I say y'all know this was back in the day.
Yeah, this is late 90s, man. Like this was a time where music was going through a change, especially hip hop. Yeah. Like with the whole like bling era.
Yep.
I wasn't even anywhere near that.
Right.
So by the time I heard like that side of hip hop, it was the Def Jam 2000s. It was like the DMXs. It was Meth and Red. It was Hove. I remember seeing the Big Pimpin' video like.
Yeah, and you being
I want
just
to
like,
be a rapper.
Whoa, this is
like,
possible.
Whoa.
Like people can do this.
Like man, like that's how girls look. Like obviously that has its own implications, but it's more of wow. I did not know that music could sound like that. Like you can rap, you can talk this way and this speed and manipulate your voice.
Yeah,
that was
like the
so
different flows
amazing.
and
That was so amazing. I didn't know what the flow was. I didn't know what bar structure was. I was just writing and writing and writing, and that was great because my dad used to make me write book reports every day. So like I would have to read a book, even if there was school. I'd have to read a book and then write a report. I wasn't doing that every day, bro. I was trying to play my PS1 and do whatever. So I would read like the first 3 chapters or like the first 20 pages and then use my imagination to finish the rest of it.
He ever call you out on it?
No, because he didn't read the book. It was just, yo, I want you to read this.
Yeah.
So you could tell me what it's about. In hindsight, it's obviously, for academic purpose. Yo, get your vocab up. Learn how to use different words, how to speak. And it worked. Yeah. Because that really helped. That line helped me to be a better artist.
Hey, there you go. You wasn't lying at that point. You was just learning how to tell stories in an imaginative way. You just gotta spin it correctly. So tell me, in terms of like going into high school and then on to college and still saying, I want to do music. Was it like? Were you telling your parents, okay, I'm going to study or major in this, and you were doing music, or was everything like, if it ain't got anything to do with music, it's not popping?
I didn't talk to my parents much about music, especially like leaving high school, primarily because I wanted this to be my own journey, and I was trying so hard to not let anybody else's opinions dictate what the first voice is telling me in my head. Yeah. And that was a bold move, but they always knew what I was doing, but I would never be like, yo, I got this plan and I'm going to try to do this. I was like, hey, Mom, by the way, I did this song, listen to it. That was it. But high school, that's when Adrenalin really became Adrenalin.
And what made it that way?
My homies, they would gas me up to rap all the time. Tim, Quaheen, Kamani, Khalil. Shout out to all of them.
Shout out to all of y'all out there.
Yeah, like they will always gas me up to just rap. And sometimes I didn't want to, but I'm glad I did because I had to learn how to think quick.
Yeah.
You know, and then I would perform at all the talent shows, all the variety shows, and I would kill it. And I made sure I did because now I'm like, okay, I got to be the guy here. Like, there's other rappers here, but I'm way too competitive and way too petty to
be
just
like,
let
oh
somebody
yeah,
else.
he up there and I'm down. No,
Nah.
I need to be the guy.
No, so yeah, exactly. So there came times when if you heard Eli was performing at whatever talent show, or whatever, you're gonna be there. Because you know he's gonna do some weird shit. Sorry if I don't know if I can catch on.
This is okay. We'll figure it out.
But it's like, yo, this is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. You guys are supposed to want to see me do this because that's the energy I'm giving off. And that's why I don't believe in saying, yo, I don't mean to be cocky or anything like that. No, that's the energy I'm giving off. So everything that comes with that energy, I'm inviting it. And that's why when I perform, I try to give everything that I have so you can really understand why I'm up here, why I even chose to put that pen to paper, why I chose to make this hook sound like this so it can help you. I want you to forget everything you're going through and just lock in right now. And if I have to be that catalyst, and let's do it.
I saw that not that long ago. Was it that you went back to your high school and gave a huge performance? Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you right now, I'm probably going to try and get the video and clip it right here so that way y'all can see it. But if not, go to his Instagram so that way you can see this. It was crazy how like the entire auditorium in a sense was all just into the moment and doing exactly what it is that you said. I can only talk about it so much, so please just let the people know.
Yo, honestly, I started a tour called the Tour Live for Suicide Tour, right? We kicked it off December 2018. So I was like, yo, let's make Harvard Fields High School the first school. That's my old school. I go there, man, and it was just so much love, bro. It was so much love. And the whole point of this tour is like for high school, college kids, some middle school students as well, and just showing them self-awareness, anti-bullying, anti-suicide stuff. But instead of preaching and just giving out stats, we're going to turn up. Like, we're really going to make you feel like this is a celebration for you even getting out of bed today. Because sometimes it's terrible to know that I'm going to get out of my bed knowing that I don't want to. Knowing that like I don't want to be around anybody else. Knowing that I don't want to deal with whatever circumstances are happening in my house, outside, at school. So it's just my way of saying, come here for this 2 hours in this assembly, and I'm going to give you a reason to want to be up, to want to be alive, you know? So call it the Tour Live Tour for a reason. All those kids were on their feet. All of those kids were just locked in, and I appreciated it so much because I knew it was working for them. And just going back to your school, 8 years after you graduate, I don't know none of those kids.
Right, he's like, I don't know none
of them. And it's like, wow, like I really feel like I'm doing the right thing. Mariah Carey went to my school as well back in the day.
Oh, so they got legends.
Yeah,
legends
so I'm trying to be number 2 out of HF.
Right. I mean, competitive wise though, he wanted to be number 1.
Come on, man, please. Let's go. So shout out to Mariah because when I found that out in like middle school, I told myself I need to be the next Mariah out of this place, man.
I feel it.
And like, not saying that I'm anywhere near her level now, but just knowing that I can have that similar impact for these students, oh my gosh, that shit felt like I was King Kong, man.
Yeah, I believe it. So then let's talk about, before I even get into that, I do want to ask, 'cause I always ask this kind of with my musical guests in any way, shape, or form. Did there ever happen to be anybody that you were infatuated with at a certain point in time? Did you happen to write a rhyme or anything about? I ask everybody that, especially the singers. I'll be over here like, look, bro, I know you can sing. I know you to sing to somebody before.
I wrote a song about Tinashe.
Okay. What was this song about Tinashe that you wrote? Is this a song that is currently out right now so everybody can go and listen to it? Okay.
Yeah, it's called Ain't Ready.
Ain't Ready.
It was from a mixtape that she did, and I just liked the song. I was like, oh, she left like 20 seconds of beat at the end. Yeah, I'm looping that.
All right.
Bring that my way.
Let me hold this real fast.
So at the time, like I just thought she's a beautiful woman. I
still
really,
is, by the way.
Yeah, still is. But at that time,
that.
she was just coming out, and this was the Blackwater mixtape right before her album
just
came
before
out.
Aquarius and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a Tinashe
Exactly.
fan.
Yeah. Bro, it was just like, I want to show my appreciation for somebody like this who has all of this talent.
I feel it.
Who is like really on the verge of doing some major stuff. So I made it a love song, and like a couple months later, I somehow got invited to her album release party for Aquarius.
I somehow got invited to the album release party.
Yeah, so I put the vibes out, man. So somebody felt it, and I got access into that place. But outside of that, I've written so many songs for girls, man.
Yeah.
Middle school alone, I think I wrote like 6.
Woo!
Yeah.
Young Adrenalin was out here like, oh, I'm getting my practice in right now.
I was out here. And primarily because, I mean, hey, I wasn't like the most muscular kid, or I didn't always have like the money and stuff like that. But I knew I had my brain.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah.
I got enough, and that's going to be good enough right now.
Yeah, I'm
make
going to
that
bring
work.
it my way.
That's what's up.
It worked sometimes, and sometimes it didn't.
It's okay.
But hey, look at me now.
There you go. Know? He here, he feeling good, and he all right. So let's hop into, was there any specific mixtape I think that there was, because I remember when we initially met, and you were telling me that you were putting it together For Better or Worse.
That I put together?
That you put together.
No,
there was not.
No,
okay, so then I am on the right path in saying For Better or For Worse. All right, just want to, because I knew that when we initially met and you were telling me that you were doing music, I knew that there was either a smaller EP that you were putting together, but I think that like the year afterward is when For Better or Worse came out. But if that's the case, cool. We can roll right into that then. Just tell us a little bit about For Better or Worse and how that project came to conception and everything from there.
I mean, For Better or Worse was my first project ever. When it comes to a full, hearty body of work.
So before I cut you off, was there anything, was it just like singles beforehand then?
Oh, all singles.
All singles. All right, cool.
I was just trying to prove myself at that time. It was more of like, I'm going to go jacking for beats and just let people know that I can actually rap. And I'm glad I did that because it allowed me to get on a college tour at the time. Shout out to the Dean's List tours, Scott Morris.
Shout out to them.
So that allowed me to just get on the stage and get my chops. So I dropped that project, I think when I was 21 maybe. Yeah, around there. And then before that, I was just rapping everywhere. I was doing ciphers. I was just trying to show people, you can't mess with me. And you don't know why, but I want to show you why. I want to show you what I can do on this stage. I don't ever want to do anything more than being on the stage, bro. And it's been like that from jump. Middle child syndrome too. I like the attention of it, but over time, I realized that that's how I just chill out. Yeah. That's how I can just...
It's just kind of like your peace and calm in a sense to be like, this is what centers me.
Yeah, like I remember hearing when I was a kid. You remember MTV had the like diary things, or
MTV,
like
yeah.
It was either diary or some shit like that about Def Jam, and DMX had said, or they were telling a story about DMX how he was doing a show. He was already an hour into his performance, and he just went off stage for a second. Took his he passed out or whatever, I think, on stage. Brought him to the side of the stage, gave him his asthma pump. All right, I'm good. Went back out on that stage. And from that moment
Sound
on...
like a DMX story.
Exactly. That's why DMX and Nas are my favorites, man. When it comes to performance, it's DMX. Because that man will die on that stage if need be. I'm talking DMX at
peak when he's performing in front of the whole world, as that video likes to show us.
What was the concert?
I want to
Woodstock '99.
There it was.
Yo, I remember watching that,
really?
Bro.
Okay.
I swear to God, I remember watching that because at that time I was just so infatuated with hip hop.
Yeah.
I was infatuated with rap music. I wanted to be like X. I wanted to be like Hov. I wanted to be like Snoop because those guys had a level of coolness to them that as a kid you're trying to find yourself and what makes you you.
Right.
I'm incorporating all of them into
like
my
all
own,
all of these pieces into helping to create my identity and who I am.
Yeah, so now it's like I go on stage and there's never a second guess. If I'm tired, so what? You'll be all right.
Yeah.
Wait till the hook comes, and when you have the crowd chant whatever,
you get your breath in right there. Take swig some water right there.
I'm never, ever, ever going to just not be on stage because I'm too tired or because I don't remember something. I'm a showman. You know, that's something that I think is woven into my DNA, and I'm so thankful for that because that brings so many other social skills, so many other social responsibilities that I don't want to run from.
Yeah.
You know, I understand that my voice does have power just from being a human being, but then with my experience, that can bring resolution or a solution to somebody.
Yeah,
you know?
I understand. So why the title, For Better or Worse?
For better or worse, for that exact thing I just said, like, I'm going to do this no matter what happens. Tyga had a song that I heard in my freshman year of college called Heaven or Hell from his Black Thoughts mixtape.
Okay, I was about to say, I thought you were talking about the... what he used to have on Madden. Put the lime in the coconut and mix it on. It's so crazy when you think like that used to be Tyga and now he out here with the whole taste bug. But bro, anyway,
I'm telling you, but you see how like that progression happens. You got to go through all of that. Yeah. So it was called Heaven or Hell, and his hook was, I got to make it even if heaven or hell. And he kept repeating it, and his verses echoed the same sentiment. Man, at that time, I was really questioning how I was going to maneuver my way through this, through this game.
Yeah.
That's such an early level. That's why I think thinking ahead can be stressful, but it's ultimately more beneficial.
It's necessary.
So I was putting myself through certain mental tests at that time just so I can get here now and not even realizing it. So that song really inspired me to just go harder. So when it was time to make this project, For Better or Worse, and I had to think of a title, it was like, well, what describes you right now? Like, where are you at in your life? I don't care what happens to me. And then I just thought, okay, For Better or Worse.
So what was it after For Better or Worse? What was kind of the reception that people gave you after they listened to it? And how did you feel about the project once you put it out?
It was great reception-wise because I put it out in college. So I was able to always have the platform of performing at school shows or, different things like that. And people liked it just off the strength that they can now see I could put together a full project. Like, okay, Adrenalin can, run around the stage and yell and scream, cool, it sounds good, but can he hold me for an entire 40 minutes or 30 minutes? And I did. And that brought a lot of other opportunities my way, thank God. So,
okay, awesome. I kind of want to get into, before we start getting into the current music now, I see that a lot of days, especially now with the way in which we consume music, a lot of people are going for the much shorter projects. Do you have any reasoning or any explanation for what it is you may see in the game for like how we're getting away from, say for example, when Drake put out Scorpion and it had double size and everybody was like, yo, this is kind of long, and then like Chris Brown put out Heartbreak on the Full Moon, that had 47 songs. Everybody was like, whoa, what is this? Like, what do you think? Because when Pusha T put out Daytona, 7 songs, everybody was like, oh, classic, great. What do you think is the reasoning behind that? And do you think it's just the way that we consume music nowadays? And does that help or hurt artists who want to say, I want to make sure I encapsulate a whole story?
I don't think it's music's fault. That lacking of retention is not the fault of the artist or even the music business. It's the fault of the internet.
Okay.
Social media. When you have an app that you're on for roughly maybe 12 hours out of the day, randomly, I'm only used to seeing 15-second clips of anything. So if I can scroll through, your page and not feel like I'm at church, no disrespect to church.
No,
but,
hey, I love you, Jesus.
Yeah.
I love you, brother.
But if I feel like this song isn't going to hold me for 2 minutes, I'm not going to listen to it. And that's sad because music is not supposed to be encapsulated. It's supposed to be a free expression.
Agreed.
For it to take as much time as it needs to, have an impact on you. So now when you have Pusha put out a 7-track album, it works, not just because it's 7 songs. Well, that's part of the reason, but he really executed. A lot of times we live in such a microwave era right now musically that a lot of artists cannot hold a 20-track album.
They cannot.
13 of them joints are gonna sound the same.
Yeah,
and I'm not.
Yeah, man.
I'm not listening to that.
I was gonna say we just had somebody big that just put out an album, and people was asking me, Melvin, you gonna do this on your YouTube channel? And I was like, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, I ain't listened to him in the past 3-4 projects because they all starting to sound the same, and I just don't want to do that to myself.
I want to know who that is.
We'll talk about that off air. Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's just more because of the rise of the internet. And if you listen to Childish Gambino's album Because the Internet, so many of these things are said then, and that was what 2013.
Bro, that was it was 2014 because I remember I was on my choir spring break tour when the album came out because I was listening to the album and I downloaded the script that he wrote to coincide with it and just being like, yo, this is like insane. And then now I go back to it and I listen now and I'm like, so many of these things are occurring right now.
You was right.
Crazy.
Yo, that his song World Star, the best song on that album, in my opinion, is Earth with Azalea Banks.
Oh, okay. You know, yeah.
From top to bottom, you
ain't ever no say that. Oh my God, yeah,
bro,
yeah.
You see how
Maybe
I'm letting you do it.
Oh my
If
God,
I get
bro.
started, bro, it's
Oh my God,
the whole building.
yeah.
Yeah. Bro, it's literally a time capsule of where we're at now. But I'm telling you, I'm like predicting what's gonna happen when you open up this time capsule, you know. And if I'm right, give me my props.
Right, there you go.
So that's why, like, when you can put an album out like that, and it has, I think it had like maybe 16 songs on it.
It was like 16 or so. Yeah, 16, 17 at most.
You don't mind it because it's hardy material. It's hardy content. A lot of music these days is not hardy content.
Agreed.
So that's why we have people feel like I'm not gonna listen to a 4-minute song because it's 4 minutes. No, it's because that artist you do not trust enough to make a 4-minute song.
Agreed. It's a lot of people out there where I'm like, yo, you can get a song off in a full IG post and I'd be comfortable with that.
Exactly.
I don't need nor do I want anything longer than that from you.
But you need the long form albums every now and then.
Agreed.
You know, but regardless of what you feel about like Scorpion or whatever, the fact that an artist of that caliber can put together a double disc.
I enjoyed it. I just
too.
knew that from the conversations I would hear, primarily on the internet, and then see people in person talk about it, those were the things that were being discussed.
Unfortunately, man, people just don't have enough fortitude and enough integrity to respect somebody's art. And it's a contradictory conversation because you always want people to be authentic.
Yeah.
There's always this thing about who's real and who's not. But when I give you what's real, you don't accept it.
Yeah.
So then who's really real and who's really fake?
That's a good point.
Is your definition of real, like the true meaning of reality for you? Like, does that work for you? Like, it works for you to just like only listen to a minute of something just so you can catch the bounce. You're catching like the drug part of it. Like when you first get that high, it's like, ooh.
Oh, this feels so nice. All right, skip to the next song. Then you be like,
but you don't know what to do for the next 6 hours.
Yeah.
At least when you have a real body of work that can just punch you back and forth, I know that, okay, for me in creating it, I'm going to get a Pulitzer. Like Kendrick.
Yep.
Nobody complains about the length of that project.
No, I love that. I'm so mad, honestly, that I'm kind of mad about Damn. What I'm also mad is that To Pimp a Butterfly. That's my favorite Kendrick project so far. From To Pimp a Butterfly, when he went on the tour where he did like the orchestra live version of it, I'm mad that we never got like a full like DVD copy or something of that to where I could go back and get it, because I go and listen to people that were able to record some of it so often that I'm like, Why was this not put on like regular TV for us to be able to see? Like when they did Bruno Mars at the Apollo, who would not watch Kendrick Lamar perform that album somewhere live or something? I'm going on a tangent.
No, you're right though.
You get what I'm saying.
You're right, but who knows, man? That might be in a play for later on in his career.
I pray so, cause he said this is the last time I'm ever performing these songs, and I'm like, boy, you better be lying.
That's a lie.
You better be lying.
That's a lie.
I can't live with that.
He's not gonna perform To Pimp a Butterfly records anymore.
That's basically like this is the last time I'm doing all these. Exactly. I'm praying to God that is a lie. Before I hop into the right now music, top 5
artists of all time.
Your top 5. Let me get it.
My top 5. Does that have to be hip hop?
It's your top 5. It's your top 5.
All right.
Because there's gonna be 2 follow-up questions to it.
Not in any particular order,
sure.
But Nas, Michael Jackson, Bob Marley, DMX. Oh, so many people.
Yeah. You got one more.
You got one more. Hove.
Okay. All right. Now I'm going to ask you if you were able to make a single and you could have anybody produce it and anybody featured on it, dead or alive. You only get these 2 people, one person to produce it, one person to be featured on it. Who is it?
Production-wise, I would go for
Yeah.
God damn, Melvin, you got me.
Here, go with the feature first then.
This has to be like my dream fantasy feature.
This is it. This is it right here. This is, you get this one that you've always wanted. And you're like, oh my God, okay, I want this person.
God darn it. Would have to be big.
Okay.
Feature would have to be Biggie.
Uh-huh.
And I'll get into why after. Producer-wise, I would cape for Pharrell.
Okay.
It's a strange pairing, and it's for this reason in particular.
Let me know.
So my top 5 is my top 5, but that interchanges with my top 10. So obviously I'm not gonna get into that, but with Big, people don't really like respect how charismatic he was. And I feel like somebody with my wit level and just with my like slickness when it comes to energy, man, I'm talking a mix between Give Me the Loot type Big and Hypnotize. Give Me the Loot in the sense of the personalities that he was portraying.
Okay.
Not necessarily the content.
Right.
I'm somebody that loves playing with flows. And Big he was just so flawless with flows, man. Like, by the time we leave here, I'm going to think of another dream feature. But for right now, it would be Big because that would just set so many tones off in my head, so many different ideas. And the fact that he can just mesh into any topic or any beat says it all.
Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
And as far as Pharrell, and that's just because of his range.
Yeah.
You can make a happy the same way you can make a what with Nori.
True.
You know, like I love that range.
Yeah.
And I feel like Pharrell's the type of person who could just sit down and hear me talk for like 5-10 minutes
and be like,
I
know exactly what we're gonna do for you. Here we go, right here, type of
and
thing.
it would
see that.
It will match the animation of who I am, of the charisma, of the lyrical ability. And just the overall freedom to flow, man. Like, I like bouncing. I love being able to just, you hear that beat knock? It's like, oh, okay. That wasn't the flow I was expecting. But God damn it, that shit was better than I thought.
Okay. All right. I'm feeling it. Now, tell us about your upcoming project. R.A.P, which is an acronym for
Rhyme Away Pain.
Rhyme Away Pain. Now, what made you come up with this title?
All right, so 2017, 2018, I went through a lot of just both positive and negative things in my life.
Just went through a lot of real life.
Just a lot of real life, man. And I had to understand that life doesn't care about you and per se. It cares about what you do when life presents itself to you. And I just created a lot of music. I made so much music, man. And at the time, it was therapy for me because my father passed at that time. So I was just doing everything that I can imagine to not fall deeper into that depression that I was in. So I was like, I didn't have a title for this EP up until maybe a few months ago. And I was like, all right, I'm making records about women that about how, in regards to how I feel about them. I'm making Light It Up records that can just get me out of wherever I'm at and put me overseas or put me in a stadium, just on stage, take my mind off of it. I made so many types of records that open up worlds for me to go to. So as I'm writing, as I'm rapping, like all the pain is going away. So every record on this project feels like a whole nother world where you can just not escape to, but you can visit. I don't believe in escape. I think you do need to, take a little vacay, a mental vacay every now and then make sure you come back better, stronger than ever and deal with whatever's facing you in your reality. So I called it Rhyme Away Pain for that particular reason, and it helped, man. It helped. The title track for the song for the EP is called Rap, Rhyme Away Pain, and that one just speaks on the experience of losing my father, as well as like being a man. Yeah. Like my pops always said, I'm supposed to be the one. You're supposed to be the one that buries me. Not the other way around. And he would tell us that because we used to do a lot of stupid things back in the day. So it's like, all these things that he was telling us and, grooming us to be eventually was happening. Like nobody realizes that as you get older, the things your parents may have told you, you're actually going through it. Yeah. And you just think you're experiencing it on your own and, okay, this has happened. I got to deal with this, that, and the third. No, man, I told you about this. Yeah. But you're not going to remember. The same way you could pray for something and then forget that you prayed for it. So when you get it, you think you did it on your own. Yeah. When you remember these things, it's a level of humbleness that comes with it. It's a level of responsibility with these blessings. When you have that responsibility, don't make God feel like I regret giving that to you. Like you just dropped it. Yeah. Because now it's going to go to someone else, and I'm going to make sure you see it work for that person because it was supposed to work for you. You can get it back, but now you just got to work harder. That whole process of making this project was me dropping the ball, me getting back on track, me trying to figure out what's next. And then when you finally do all those things, you see how easy it is. Like I feel bulletproof, bro. Like I feel bulletproof. Nothing, nobody, no industry, no circumstance is ever going to make me feel more vulnerable or like nervous than my father passing. So it's just like, all right, I got to man up. I got to deal with this. I'm going to put it in these bars and I'm going to move forward. That was his favorite thing to say. Yo, move forward. I'm going to stop now? Hell no.
That's what's up, man. Well, you already told us about Rap, R.A.P, and then we have Light It Up as well. Can you give us one more song that people should, one more cut that you like, all right, I just kind of want to give people a little bit about what they'll get on this project? You ain't gotta give us the whole breakdown, but just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Probably Billy Jackson.
Billy Jackson.
Billy Jackson is a song that I wrote in my backyard, super, super broke. And I found this beat. Shout out to 007. He's a kid from Canada that I found on Track Train. Okay. And I was like, yo, this beat is crazy. Like, oh, snap, okay. So I started vibing, and I was like, just made a Billy off of Jackson. Amen. Chose rap over trapping. I was like, oh, that's hard. And then the rest of the record is just about me like reminiscing on how I got to this place that I'm at now and where I'm gonna go from it. So it's like, yo, you have the Jackson, which is what, the $20 bill. That's all I have to me. I'm going to take this last $20 I have and make $1 billion out of it. And it also coincided with a trip that I took to Chicago, and I learned about Chicago the hard way, you know. But shout out to Billy, man. Billy really looked out for me. He's a friend of mine out there that you gotta listen to the song. Billy helped.
All right, we definitely gonna be listening to that one for sure. So is there anything else about the project or anything else in general you want people to know out there?
Yo, man, this is the kind of project that you're gonna have to grow with, in the sense of it's a seed project. This EP isn't the end all be all. And a lot of times artists feel like, yo, if I don't make it off of this one, I don't know what I'm gonna do next. You crazy? I'm thinking 40 years from now, bro. I'm trying to be able to retire at 40, so I got work to do.
I feel it.
So when I hit 40, I can be like, I still got time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put something else out. This is a project that I think people will actually understand who I am. It's not just a guy that jumps around the stage. It's not just a guy that puts out these freestyles and yeah, it's cool. He got crazy bars, but what else can he do for me? People always ask artists, like, what are you about? Who are you? A lot of times you catch an artist be like, you know, well, I do this and, you know, I'm like this, da-da-da-da. No, forget all that talking. Like, show them. Show them. I feel like once this drops, February 21st, everything is changing.
Okay.
Everything, man. And when I say change, I mean it's going to give you something to want to hear.
Yeah.
Like it's so much music out right now, but not every piece of music that comes out sits there. It doesn't sit here with you. This shit's gonna catch you here. It's gonna catch you here. It's gonna catch you here. It's gonna catch you everywhere. And there's something for everybody. That's why I say there's a different world. If you're into, you know, strictly for the lady stuff and R&B, whatever, cool, we got that, or I got that. But it's not just some regular, typical, oh, baby, I love you, come marry me. No, it's like real conceptual stuff. There's a record on there called Tints where I'm telling her, like, shorty, I know you. You know me. You don't have to put these tints up.
Just drop the facade real quick. You gotta do that.
I see you through the tints. Everybody else can't see you, but I see you. So let me take you away to our little getaway or whatever, and do this, that, and the third. I got you. Because I'm just trying to get you out of that funk that you're in.
I feel it.
That's a concept, bro. That's a dope-ass topic, if I can say so myself. If somebody else had that song and I heard it, I'd be like, damn, I wish I wrote that. I feel that way a lot about certain artists that are out now. And that's just something to big them up about. So I just want people to understand that this is a portal for you to get away. This is something that I'm giving to you so you can understand more about yourself. I went through enough over these last 2 years to show you where you're going wrong, what you're doing right, and how to celebrate the stuff you're doing right, and how to correct the things you're doing wrong. The next project, that's going to be a whole another stratosphere. That's why I say it's a seed. I'm trying to be a sequoia out here, man, and I want everybody to grow with me. So if you feel it, you feel it. If you don't, I'll catch you on the next side.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Adrenalin right here. Tell the people where they can find you at, bro.
Hey, man, you can catch me anywhere on the internet at Shot of Adrenalin, and the Adrenalin is spelled without an E at the end, Adrenalin. Thank you, Mel, for having me, man.
No problem, bro.
I really look forward to doing more work with you, seeing what you got coming up.
Appreciate that.
Because this guy has actually been someone that I've seen around and, like, actually really worked for what he has. Not too many people got that, bro. Especially when you're coming out of town, bro.
Hey, you already know. You already know.
I respect the shot, man.
Yes,
so
sir.
I respect it.
Yes, sir. Most definitely. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been another episode right here of Making Manhattan. Thank y'all so much for watching. If you want to find more, please check out some more on my YouTube, Melvin Taylor II. Without further ado, stay blessed, stay favored, always stay tailored. I will see you guys on the next episode. Peace.